Y'all don't wanna know. Fuck around and see it, cause you know I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Web3 breakfast, serving size like Texas. I'm a beast, yeah, baby. You know I'm reckless. We stacking blue chips, my people by the dip. Matte Black Lambo coming soon. Don't forget, sign the check.
Web3 breakfast. Fuck a Lexus, push a Maserati, keep a diamond Jesus on my necklace. I'm living reckless. Fuck a job, cash the check, grab the bag, hit the flight, we on the next one. Wife changing money, just ask my honey. Got a diamond on my face, I can't help it, I'm new money.
Web3 breakfast, wake and bake, appreciate the checklist, moderate the stage, perplexing everything you say, and not to mention, I think I rug. Maybe I should shrug it off, go touch some grass, perhaps some plug.
Web3 breakfast,
Web3 breakfast.
Web3 breakfast. Yo, GM, Web3 breakfast community and family. How we feeling? What is it? Tuesday? It's Taco Tuesday. Heck yeah. Get your quesadillas ready. Get your tortillas ready. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Darn it. Give me 1 second. It might be me.
Oh, shoot. I see my dog. He called. Love wanted to come out, man. We got everybody.
Guys, good morning. Let's wait for Jay to get
There we go.
his thing. We got a special guest in the building. Oh, you in there? You can hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Damn, now I can't hear you. I can't hear you now, Jay.
Here we go.
Yay! We're like a real show.
Oh my goodness! You know, sometimes Twitter Space likes, or X Space, or whatever the heck this is called now, likes to just mute itself. Like when we're doing this transition of the Bluetooth, like it'll just like auto mute where I wasn't muted before. So my bad. I was talking to myself.
No worries. Well, you were just saying that it was Taco Tuesday. I said, well, technically, it's Taco Tuesday, Monday Metaverses. Actually, I think is what we came up with yesterday.
The Taco Tuesday, Monday Metaverse show with the Misfit Pixels, chatting about building in the Metaverse, avatars, all sorts of stuff. I've known him for a while. I think pretty much back in 2018 or 2019 is when we first started chit chatting here in this space. And I'll tell you what, man, you've been building for years. And when you sent me that message of all the things that you got coming up, man, I'm super excited for you guys and what you've been building. So what we're gonna get into that conversation a little bit here. Talk about the Metaverse. Can't forget about it now. I know a lot of people. It's not as sexy anymore. It's not a buzzword. We could probably pull up the Google Trends search and see that it is way down. We know that the peak happened when old Zuck himself switched the company over to Meta. And talked about their intention to focus on the Metaverse, but we know how that went, and we know several billions later, we still don't have anything exciting coming out of that camp. But we can't forget about it, guys, because it is the future. And like, if you want to be ahead of the game, if you want to get those gains, man, you got to get in early. And I think that's like the whole key of like the Metaverse for me. And that was the point of the last show, Meta Money, and the whole point was to front run the Metaverse, because no one was really focused on it, right? And that was my whole idea, was like, listen, let's just be experts on the Metaverse. Why not? Because it is some future technology that, again, like if you invest early in that's the shit, how you make those big ass gains that you're not going to be able to see in Bitcoin and Ethereum anymore. I mean, the days of 1000x are over with Bitcoin, and I know that upsets some people, and that was even some of the heat that I was taking when I put out that portfolio, the sample portfolio video last week. Was about so in conservative, like, hey, like you're a great portfolio boomer, like how do you expect people to get 1000x? It's like, well, if you got new people coming in from, say, the traditional investment, segment, when they're used to like 2 to 3% gains being huge, you give them, 100, 15x. You give them a 15x, like they're going to be all right with that. They're going to love that. You turn 100,000 into like 1.5 million. Like, I think that's going to make anybody happy who is, again, traditionally excited with 2 to 3%. So that's the whole thing, is get in early with the Metaverse. But anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. Turbocito, what's going on, man? How are you today?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. I'm excited about this conversation today, man. It's so funny, like, you're talking about like how the Metaverse word isn't a buzzword anymore. Holy Toledo in the good old days, man. You want to talk about if your project, if you didn't say Metaverse when you came on stage, I mean, were you even an NFT project, you know? And so I definitely am, I'm definitely looking for it because I mean, it is the future. You know, we do have a ways to go. It all comes down to people participating. You know what I'm saying? Like that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's any app that's on your phone. If no one uses it, then it's not shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna kind of fall to the wayside. So, you know, we look at like this adoption and what we're doing and getting people to participate. This would be a great time for everybody to reach down. You know what I'm saying? Hit that little purple pill down there, or whatever color it is for you. Tag some people to be a part of the conversation. You know what I mean? I'm seeing we got AI Love in the building from Cardano. We got Matt down there. You know what I mean? He's traditional investor. We got Meta Rides, you know, bringing video games. And we're going to be chatting with Misfit Pixels today, guys. So go ahead and retweet out the space. Let's get some more people in this conversation. You'll be a part of it. You're always welcome to be a part of our conversation. This is for the community, by the community. There's just one rule, Jay. If we can go over the rules before we get started, that'd be fantastic.
I love that. I think that's always so smart. So it's don't be a douchebag. Right? That's the rule. So no racists, no sexists, no homophobes. Other than that, anybody, like Turbo said, is welcome to come up onto the stage and be a part of the conversation. That is the whole point. That's why we're here. So, guys, if you got a question, if you got a comment, you just want to say like, "Oh my gosh, I just thought of this." Just raise your hand to speak. We'll bring you on up. Just remember the one rule. Now, if you are watching the live stream, remember we do live stream this to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Not only is this a live Twitter space, but we do the video stream. So if you are watching on the video. I did pull up the Google trend search. Now, this is between Metaverse, NFTs, and Bitcoin. Metaverse is the blue line, NFTs is the red line, and Bitcoin is the yellow line. Bitcoin has all of the attention here, and this is worldwide over the last year. Is this trend search? If you are watching it, you can see, and we could probably post a graphic of this, and then I'll get it posted up to the pin in a few minutes here for you guys. But you can see that the attention. Remember. It was almost a household term, Metaverse, especially when Ready Player One came out. A lot of people got interested in it, and it became very fascinating to a lot of people. But remember, this is now the time where we're looking at projects we think are going to sustain the rest of this bear market, this build market, as we like to call it, and then see where that takes you, on the other side of this, because there's some freaking opportunities, not only in the land space, but in the coin space that goes with it. I mean, you think about the other day, we were looking at what Sandbox land was like down to like 0.31 ETH. The token itself, I think the token was almost like 31 cents itself either. It's like they matched, the numbers matched each other as far as the ETH price and the USD price. Opportunities, man.
Opportunities. I mean, it has, and bro, especially with the games and stuff, man. I always think back to my homie. He had bought some tokens and he had it just sitting back, and for 2 days that thing just spiked. It was sitting like $130 a token. He had $1.1 million. He had no idea. And then it just went all the way back down from like $100 and some a token to like 0.00000. And he's cool, man. I mean, and like, bro, it makes me sick, but like, he's a G with it. You know what I mean? He gets it. You know what I'm saying? It's also a dude that his house burnt down and he lost everything like a couple months after that. And he's just still like, that's fine, man. We just keep chipping at it.
I like to pride myself in being an eternal optimist, but hearing that, I feel like there's somebody that is more of an optimist than me. Which that's impressive. Good for him. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
That would wreck
crazy,
a lot of people. Bro. That would definitely wreck a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, there was that kid that just committed suicide.
Yeah.
Because he thought he had all that money. Or he thought he owed money. It was just a glitch. Yo, kid called Love, my boy AI Love. Man, I hate when people be calling him a kid. I'm like, yo, it's AI Love. You don't know that?
I know.
You new to the space? Are you new to the fucking space? It's AI Love, okay?
Jeez. Man, they be trying their hard. They be like, yo, switch your PFP on my home chain. Switch your PFP to something Cardano. I say, no, I'm not. I am a kid called AI Love. I am AI Love. If you know, you know. If you grow, you grow, man. It is what it is. I just came to say, put a little love in your heart. And this is Metaverse Monday on a Taco Tuesday. If y'all don't know the vibes, fucking what better combination? We get to talk about the new emerging immersive tech that we're looking and hoping to transition ourselves to. Playable and usable 3D assets. Like the Metaverse, I feel is one, it's a connotation of what it really is, right? Like it's not what everyone has described it as, or what people were thinking during the peak cycles of the last bull market. I feel as though it will transcend into it being fully immersive. Eventually, we'll all be plugged into computers like the Matrix.
Like into the back of your head, you think? Or like at our wrists? Like gloves? Ooh,
well,
just like
so
gloves.
have you been, I follow a lot of tech. Like I follow a lot of tech outside of crypto, right? Like I follow, so they do have these tanks that they're basically creating and building to where, yeah, basically shit looks like the Matrix, bro. And it's like, you know, this is what people are shifting to. I was speaking to one of the founders of Cardano's project, Cornucopia. I should check it out.
Yeah.
And you know, we were just having a generalized conversation about, you know, like what is this drawing the line in the sand when it comes to the technologies that's being, you know, utilized. And he was like, I was like, you know, because his social circle is a lot different than my social circle, right? Because he's just with those people. I'm not with those groups of people. So he'll have, you know, they'll have these kind of conversations on like, okay, like how we have here, where do you see crypto going? And where, you know, so when you get to talking about things like, I think brainwave technology and sensory technology to where you can actually feel objects. I'm like, well, you know, the way that you're describing the use case of these technologies, it seems as though the whole, you know, end goal is to basically, you know, what's that shit? What's the word called? Help me out here. When the fucking computers and the humans become one. Like in that movie with. No, it's not a cyborg. It's not a cyborg. It's like we're able to upload our mind, our conscience into like the computer and shit like that. Yeah. Johnny Depp had a movie on it. I think it was called Transcending or something like that. And so I basically asked him, I'm like, well, where are you guys like, you know, do you guys even talk about lines in the sands? And he was like, no, not really. You know, as far as the technology will allow us to go, we're going to continue to push it in that nature. So essentially, just to bring it back full circle, yeah, I definitely, you know, see us having these, especially with environmental conditionings and the planet and stuff like that. There may come a period in time to where we are not really capable of going, you know, long durations on this planet and moving the way that we move. So I imagine that if this does become the case, people are going to need to have some sort of connectivity, because if not, human psychology says you'll go crazy, right? So that's why they don't never send nobody in space alone. They always got to be with groups of people. So yeah, I definitely see it swinging in that. I don't think it's far-fetched, man. The more and more that things start to be unveiled, the more you can see the interconnectivity of it all. It's kind of like the pushback against crypto, right? Until they have the control mechanisms in place and the true understanding of the technology to where now they can say, okay, we're going to dump $6 billion into the market and everyone's going crazy, right? For our next bull cycle. Shout out to BlackRock, Vanguard, and I forget the other one, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So, hey, man, I love speaking to you guys in the morning. You guys get the best space. I just want to say that.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, fam.
Absolutely.
I will tell you, though, I would say this is some financial advice. You know, like I'm not Matt, but I'm going to give some financial advice here. Definitely save some money for those AR glasses from Apple. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be revolutionary. And put some money back for the contacts lenses. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be long after the first of the year that we're going to see on the consumer level the contacts that have the ability to be able to bring in information.
Who do you think's going to invent the like the first like conscious mind metaverse, right? Where say you go to sleep and you put on this device, and then that will be your, you know, avatar in this game for the night, right? And that's what it does. And then you could go back and like watch like the footage of like this was the activity that my brain got into, you know, while we were all sleeping. Wouldn't that be freaking nuts?
NVIDIA,
conscious
Microsoft. That's going to be the selling point for a lot of people too. I just want to say that, right? Like, what? I can put this on right before I go to sleep, and like, you know, I can live in this fantasy world. And then what'll happen is, you just like with a lot of the technology, you'll become so addicted to, you know, living and being able to do anything and being so hyper realistic that it's like the Inception movie when everyone was like in the rooms and they were like just being put to sleep. So I could definitely see that as a selling point. Okay.
I could see something. It would be a little bit scary, but where like your phone could record you daily. It could record your responses to things, and AI could you could train AI, learn your personality, learn your voice and things that you say, and then potentially like incorporate that into an NPC or an avatar or something that exists in the metaverse forever, and it has like your legit voice and your personality.
That's crazy to think, because I have heard of a metaverse that does take your character and it goes to, it uses AI to learn who you are, and even if you are to die, here in real life, that avatar, that character in this metaverse can continue to go on. And like, think about what that means for, I know it's kind of a weird thing, because usually like when you lose somebody, you lose somebody. But if you wanted to be able to go into the metaverse and have this conversation with someone that, was an idol, or, someone who was a leader for you, or, loved one or whatever. Like, just think of like,
that'd be messed up, bro.
It's messed
That'd
up,
be
but
messed
like
up.
it's like it was. I'm sure a lot of people would love it, but it's messed up.
Right.
You're playing
It's just
God.
that if my phone's recording me at night, my subconscious, I'd be at the strip club or on an island somewhere, surrounded by like dope ass women, and just I don't know, man. It just be kind of messed up. I mean, people would probably be looking at me like, dude, that's what you think about at night, your subconscious. And then,
golly, Mel, you just hit the biggest point. Jesus criminy, bro. Can you imagine the shit that's gonna come out in this? If our subconsciouses are the ones that are able to create, oh goodness,
crazy. And then the crazy part is, just to go back a little bit, I was thinking about three movies that will prepare you for what we're coming into. All right, we got Surrogate, Matrix, and Ready Player One. Now that you've mentioned that, I have to add Cell onto that list now. The one with Jennifer Lopez, and she went in that dude's head, and it was just like chaos. All right, this dude's straight chaos, and it's like the things I can only imagine what half of us think about, or that floats to our subconscious once in a while. So again, you guys, it's so early. I haven't even had any coffee yet, but these are real conversations.
Yeah, because we have a couple hands here, but I have a question I want you to think about, Jay, as we swing around these questions, and then we come back. Because like, is the AI art, is that not the computer's like subconscious? Because it's taken all of this, it has all this information, and then like it pulls its own, like it takes what you said and then has its own thoughts. I'm wondering if the robots don't have their own subconscious. But I do see Turvek in the building. Also great for you, ever hand up. Turvek, man, what's up, family?
Oh, hey, good morning, Turbo. You just said that right there, and my brain's going all over the place. I gotta kind of get some of this stuff out. Jeez, man. To add to a list of shows, if you have Amazon Prime, check out Peripheral. Stars Shiloh Grace. She's the girl from Kick-Ass. It is a future movie. It's like this dreamscape stuff that you're talking about. It's to me, it's like a possible future in like 10 or 15 years. I watched it a second time, blew my mind the second time. The other thing is that in today, there's multiple things as far as tactile response through machines for people. I watched a short YouTube clip. One team actually has a glove that can respond to like three-dimensional images in a metaverse. So like if you put the glove on, you put the goggles on, you see a ball, you put your hand out, and when you squeeze your hand on the ball, the glove is giving you feedback, so you can actually feel, quote unquote, the metaverse. Another thing is I could go on forever, but the last one, and this is where the real part comes in for me, is there's the metaverse portion, but then there's the real life portion, and it's for limb loss. In that same video, there was a woman that had lost her right hand up to her elbow, and they had a prosthetic arm that they had given her. But what they had also done in addition to it, and you can see the scar, is they had basically pulled a nerve from her left arm, retraced it across and down to her right arm stub. And then with that nerve and the prosthetic, she was able to determine hot and cold items. So the prosthetic would say a hot signal, the body would receive it. So I mean, it's very, very early, but we're getting into some really, really crazy sci-fi stuff right now.
Jeez,
Shit.
that's nuts.
Yo.
Did you know they grew
Grateful.
an ear on a rat? I just wanted to say that.
A what?
And it worked. I worked on
Yeah,
there.
no, they grew a lab grown ear on the back of a rat, and it fucking worked. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of technological breakthroughs. We're gonna see so much shit that's gonna wow and awe us. Just think about where we were 10 years ago with technology and the amount of computations that we had to. As I'm sorry, James.
No, that was my fault, man. I didn't mean to step over you, but I'm
He's
saying
looking at the rat.
oh my God, this is
Oh,
disgusting.
you looking at you found her? Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
You guys are watching. I'll be forgetting that shit. But yes, so but what I was trying to say is just think about where we were 10 years ago with tech, and now and that being just based off the human computations. Now factor in fucking AI at this rate of speed. Bro, this shit, we're about to see so many groundbreaking discoveries and new science and new tech that's about to like really revolutionize what we know to be what we call a construct as reality. And here's the funniest thing about technology. The more that we discover, which we're just rediscovering, right? The more that we just come to realize that somehow, some way, the ancestors in the past were able to know this shit. Like, and I think that to me, that's the over resounding thing. Is like, okay, well, if they didn't have these technologies and all of this stuff, how were they able to clearly identify what was coming in the future? So I don't know. I have a weird way of looking at things. Good morning to all, though. Grateful.
Good morning, man. You got great perspective, man. I love when you come in here and share your opinions. And that's what everybody has the opportunity to do here at Web3 Breakfast. So if you got any questions, you want to be a part of it, and you just share your opinion, come on up, just raise your hand. Grateful GM fam, what's happening? Then we'll get to showbiz.
GM, good morning, everybody. Super interesting, man. Super interesting conversation. Love it here in the morning. But kind of just to touch on like AI love, and then also where you were going a little bit ago with things, Jay, with the metaverse. Like, so I'm pretty sure it was official that we figured out how to transfer consciousness. Like over 10 years ago, there was a robot named Bina 13 that was like one of the first transfers of consciousness. And there used to be a show. I know there's a lot of love and hate with Joe Rogan, so sorry, whatever side you fall on. But he had a show called Question Everything where this is pretty old, but he went into a bunch of it was basically all like conspiracy theory shit that he would explore, like HARP and chemtrails and yada yada. But he went and spoke with this Bina 13 that they transferred a lady's consciousness onto and asked her questions. And pretty much the bottom line at the end was like, well, if you think you're conscious and you have feelings and emotion as a robot and basically somebody else's mind and heart in you, where is the line drawn for as far as saying like you are or you're not human? Because if you have somebody's full consciousness and all their emotion, pretty much it's your soul, right? That's crazy. That's the dividing line on it. And then when you take the fact that's been around so long and kind of merge it with where things are going with metaverses and being able to be anybody you want in any world that you want and essentially never die from a certain standpoint, never die. I just think things are going to get really, really weird. And like you said, with the advancement of technology over the last 10, 15 years, I mean, look at where things were in like 2000. Like it's insane. So I think it's going to be like a insanely fast snowball effect of where everything's going. That's pretty much just going to turn into like a fucking avalanche, and shock a lot of people. And I mean, naturally with like the transfer of consciousness, there would be, a lot of pushback and a lot of issues with how people feel about that. And I mean, just like myself with, I have a great appreciation for year one your one opportunity to have this human experience on life. I personally don't know how I would even feel about it, really, but I think it's going to be insane, man. And I have very young kids, and with how fast things move, it's just it's ridiculous. There's a show, and I can't remember what it's called. We quit watching it, but where that's what they do in the show. They transfer people's consciousness and basically put them into like a community center, like an assisted living center kind of, but it's for anybody that dies and transfers their consciousness, and they can live in this other world and communicate with their family in real life through their consciousness that's basically living in a VR world. It was a super weird show, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, man, crazy. I'm going to throw those things out there.
That's crazy. There was there was like something I'd seen very similar to what you were just talking about, but that is nuts, man. Like that's along that same lines of, almost, we were talking about that metaverse, like kind of almost, I don't want to say playing God, but playing God where, you could keep someone's digital spirit alive for the sake of, someone being able to communicate with them. I don't know. It's all a little strange to me. But I am fascinated by all this. Eddie Showbiz, what is up, fam? How are you?
Hey, what's up, J Chains? Good morning.
Yeah.
Turbo, what's up, my guy? Yeah, man.
My brother.
Talking about building in the metaverse. Turbo was saying it earlier. We've been throwing that around for, I don't know, since the start of 2020, 2021 or 2022, but we're not there yet. I think there's a lot of technology being built. There's a lot of technology in the military that we utilize for training purposes, where you can put on the VR goggles and go in and troubleshoot different aircraft systems. They'll give you fault codes. We've been using that stuff for a while. But as far as for the everyday people, users, I was listening to Rug Radio interview Yuga's CEO, and he was saying what they're building for, all of these is like, when we can't go to an IRL event, right? They want to build a space where we can connect, in virtual, in the metaverse, per se, people can connect in a social settings and network, and I guess it's just whatever scenery that they build inside that whatever you can go into, like whether it's a comedy club or, or a park where you can digitally walk your dog, or just in an event, just virtually. It's just a way of people connecting and being able to talk to each other, while standing next to each other in virtual reality, augmented reality type deal. So yeah, it's gonna come, and I hear people talking about a lot of, I know they're using a lot of this VR and with PTSD patients. There's a guy, Eugene Capone, he talks a lot about this metaverse and all this stuff, man. He'd be a good guy to invite on the show. He's a guy who does a lot of research into metaverse and all of this. So yeah, he'd be a good guy to come on. He's very long-winded, I'll warn you, but he's very knowledgeable.
That's cool. No, that doesn't matter. We, we're going to start adding in some more podcast style shows anyway, where we do have more of that long form intent in mind, where that would actually be fine. And so, I mean, this goes for anybody. If you've got somebody that you think you'd like to have on the show or be a guest at Web3 Breakfast, just have them reach out. They can reach out to me directly. They can reach out to Turbo. There's also a spot on our website. You can just go to Web3. You can send them to web3breakfast.com. And there's a spot for them to fill in to be a guest on here. And, we can have a conversation with them, make sure that everything aligns, and, we'll get rolling and get them on here. Yep.
Bro, do you know who I want to interview in a long interview, like a podcast style?
Who?
Honest. I want to
yeah.
Honest.
Hell yeah. But in real,
Yeah,
like in real life,
up?
dude. In real
Yeah.
life, dude. Yeah, we are gonna do this,
bro, for sure.
Not on the interwebs,
For
man.
sure. And he has his hand up too.
Hell yeah.
So, oh man, you know what? I should. Wrong one. Let's see here. Let's go. Oh shoot! You know what time it is. Look, we're about to get into it. This is the Web3 Breakfast Community Chat. We're doing building in the metaverse, but we have a special guest coming to the stage right now. This is our guy, Honest. If you don't know, he's a Board Mafia Entertainment. He's got nodes. Residual King. It's our guy, Honest. Let's see if we can find someone else down here. Let's take a little gander of our community members. This person here. They're here pretty regularly. If you find them, they don't even have anything in there, so that's going to be tricky. That was Michelle. Make sure you give her a follow. Let's see what Kid Flu's got. Nothing to see here. That's 2 for 2. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Find those people. Give everybody a follow. Let's hear it from Honest. What's up, family?
Oh man, what is going on with the best morning show that I know to get on,
baby?
Man, I'm over here, I'm just driving, headed from city to city like I usually do, man, and it's the right time to get on the right show. But I just wanted to touch in on the aspect of where y'all were talking about metaverses and plugging in with the dreams, man, and it's like, and having like your alternate person, and bro, whenever you're tapping into yourself, like what if we did die and we had an alternate self? Like would that self come with memory? Did it come with memories? So like if we plug ourselves if we plug ourselves into this metaverse, then the last line of defense against AI or against the government is our mind. You know what I'm saying? So where are our seed phrases when all hell breaks loose? Like are we releasing our seed phrases too when we get these likenesses and everything? It's like there's so much in debt that we really just don't want to think about because, we always want the utopia. We don't want the dystopia. So it's like, man, and coming into the world that I think we're going to be into where not everybody's going to be is not going to be able to afford a luxurious lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be looking for it in a different way. And those metaverses is going to be their scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? These people are not going to want to live in poverty. They're not going to want to eat bread when they can go and dream, and they're having sex with Michelle Pfeiffer when she was 24 years old, you know what I'm saying, on a beach in Cabo, smoking doobies with Bob Marley. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to wake up. That sounds like where I want to be forever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm there with you. Smoking doobies with Bob Marley and Michelle Pfeiffer. Let's go.
So it's like, man, it's epic. So it's like
Catwoman though. Catwoman, right? Catwoman Michelle? Catwoman Michelle? Yes, sir. Yes.
Catwoman, you know it. You want the eyes, so your mascara on the eyes, or it's a no-go. But so it's like it's really like you're walking the fine line when it comes to these metaverses, and I'm down to put the goggles on. I'm down. Shit, I'll be the first in line.
Do you think that do you think that we could have the opportunity of just like, with Mid-Journey, right, where you could throw in a prompt and then it builds this image? Like, do you think we're going to get to a point where you can put in a prompt and then boom, now I'm in this metaverse?
100%, bro. Like right now, I don't know if people know right now, but you can literally put your picture in Mid-Journey and turn it into a cartoon character, realistic character. You can have yourself drinking coffee. All you need to do is upload 2 videos or 2 pictures into Mid-Journey, and now you can write a whole story on your life with realistic pictures of yourself at your office, at a theme park, at a, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the start. We're just at the precipice of what's going on with AI. So it seems like the more that we're loving it is like the more dark it's getting, and the more it's like just getting closer to our souls. That's how I feel. But at the same time, it's like we have to adapt to it. We can't deny it. Like are we gonna be the people that were like the people who denied the internet? You know what I'm saying? We have to adapt and come hard with it.
Absolutely, man. I absolutely love that whole idea. By the way, the markets are pumping right now. ETH up almost 3%, Bitcoin up 3.5%. A lot of green across the board. I know everybody's happy to see that. That's a good thing. I was in a tiny short in Ethereum, and definitely just got smoked out on that. Didn't expect a pump today. I thought we were still going down for some reason. Well,
yeah, well, you know how it is. You just never can tell. You just never can tell.
Nope. I think if you ever need to counter trade someone, just let me know what you're thinking. I'll do the opposite, and the trade will go in your favor. But look who it is on stage. Haven't seen you in a while. What is up, Commander Ardo? Final Frontier. What's happening, brother?
And then there was Ardo. What's going on, fellas?
Welcome home.
Excited to be back. What's going on? It's my brother. Everyone, make sure you hit that retweet button. I'm excited to get ready for what's coming. Turbo J Change. You guys excited for the Game Summit at the Global Forum this year?
You know it.
Can't even wait. It's always a great time when Final Frontier's in the building.
Yeah, it's gonna be big.
What?
Go ahead, kid.
What'd you say? Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say, I don't know what kind of game y'all talking about, but they're gonna have a draft here in Detroit next year. So I will be in attendance. Yeah, they're gonna have the NFL draft here. What's the next IRL event that you guys are planning on being in?
Vegas.
I think.
Are you guys going to NFTLV?
I think we're going to the Breathe convention. I think that happens when September 12th or something like that.
12th.
Yeah.
Wait, so where is that at?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Man, so I think that you said the 12th into the what?
I think 12th to the 14th. Let me just hear. I can check for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all gonna stay a couple? I think there's only like a couple. I don't know if I'm right. There's only a couple days. Cardano's got this big fucking
13th. So Breathe is the 13th through the 15th. So like the 12th to the 16th.
I think theirs is like the end of the month, end of September.
Is it in Vegas again, AI?
Yeah, bro. That's why I was like, damn, y'all going to Vegas? Shit, I might have to catch a early stay.
Is that what the one that you're talking about, CNFTCon, right?
Bro, yeah. Charles will be there. Everybody is building on Cardano.
Rare Evo was it was multi-chain kind of, but it was really focused on Cardano, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I never attended a Rare Evo event.
Same.
I was gonna go last year, and I just didn't get the chance to make it. My brother did, and based off of his description, I was like, bro, nah, I'm not doing that. I can't be in like 40 minutes away from a city where people are. Like, I want to be able to get the best of both worlds, and you know what I'm saying, and commune outside like that. But apparently they had some sort of issue with the goddamn hotel, so it don't look like they'll be staying there anymore. So yeah, I imagine it just shifted to Denver. But yeah, so you guys will be down there. Okay, we got to coordinate something.
Yeah, kid. They're going to that, and then what we were speaking about earlier happens in October 6th at UCLA. You know, they're having the annual Global Forum, which is one of the biggest things in business you can go to. But after lots of negotiations and talks with their board, they've decided this year they will also be having a gaming summit. So Final Frontier, Valorant, and several other big title gaming projects will be there. They're pulling in a lot of projects from Web3 that are reputable enough and working hard enough to be there. Yaku is one of so I know Jay Chain is also in talks with a few that, you know, have laid the foundation and have the reputation to be there. Mm-hmm. I know, and they are in talks with Activision. Take that for what you want, but J Chains and Turbo have gotten to see the reflection of last year's event, and let me tell you, this is like the core of building relationships for your organization to push forward.
Yeah, and
Well, fuck it, I'm sold. I will catch you motherfuckers in Cali, goddamn.
there we
I
go.
guess
There
we're
we go.
going.
Because this is going to be massive for the whole ecosystem. But really, like you said, with the focus on gaming, I mean, you get a chance to be in front of like Fortune 500 CEOs and decision makers, check writers, stuff like that. Like, I mean, some of these projects are going to have the exposure of a lifetime that maybe they wouldn't have had before, and that's why when he says like talking about like companies with reputations and big names in the space. I mean, that's what it's about is really opening the eye to what we've got going on here in Web3 with like real offerings. And obviously that doesn't mean that the smaller companies that are still building aren't worth it. But it's at this point, like it's time to do like a show and tell because the bull run starts next year. People come next year. We gotta be ready to roll. 7.
Yeah, it'll be exciting if Activision does agree. Now, which gaming project they bring, that'll be the excitement. However, we saw what just went down with the FTC and agreeing to the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We know that that's towards Metaverse, which is interesting because the title of today's show is Building the Metaverse. What does that mean for a company with unlimited funds and resources to dedicate towards turning one of those projects into, a metaverse gaming environment, but also what they will release in terms of news. We do know that Google and Microsoft will be there. We do know that it will be Web3 related, and Netflix is going to be there as well. There's a lot of big sports organizations that are going to be there to talk about their movement into monetization of some sort of NFT or digital currency. We know that we've seen this happen with the UFC. We've seen it happen with the NFL. And now we're going to see what the NBA decides to release at the event, as their executives will be there as well. So the gaming summit is actually going to be a complete wing inside of the stadium. And so anyone that's coming from the Web3 community will have the chance to interact with these gaming projects, play samples, get rewards, earn some crypto or NFTs, get shirts, but it's an opportunity for, like Jay Chain said, those that get chosen to get on the stage to present and then go and talk in a VIP with the most powerful executives on the planet. The people that could write a check and change your organizations. That's what we're looking for. And it's very important for us to show our best for this Web3 community.
Speaking of showing our best, we are 13 minutes behind our scheduled workout. Thanks to Coach Corey, keeping us in line over on YouTube. Thank you, Corey. It is time to get up out of your seat if you are sitting down or laying down. Gotta get that heart rate going. Gotta get that blood pumping, because the one thing that we love is the idea of having a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy portfolio. And so this is where we take care of that healthy body part. And Turbo, he said the other day, he read a study, micro workouts. So these short burst workouts of what we do here on this show are extremely effective. So without further ado,
let's go. Yo, it's that time, guys. We're gonna get right to it. This is a Nessie track I posted up in the space station. If you haven't picked up your open minds, guys, go over and swing over and do that. This is the one I picked up. It's a dope track, man. Let's support these artists. Let's get fit, healthy bodies, healthy minds, healthy portfolios. Let's go.
I can't go your way. I do my own thing, blazing my own lane. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
What I said, let's go.
There's a way I feel like I'm at anxiety getting out of pocket. Oh, play everybody cause I've been that second. All this pressure, but I can't stop. Sometimes wanna blast up that rocket. Oh, oh, oh. Tears run down my face. Call my name for a second, she forgot my name.
Let's go. We got about a minute left. Come on. All the way. Don't give up at the finish line. Let's go.
Running down Michigan, I pray I don't miss a string. I don't know the things, but the sacrifice is worth it. I just don't pray. But the sacrifice is worth it. I just hope and pray. It's gonna be alright.
Let's go and get ready to start bringing it back down. Get those final reps in. One more. One more.
Been in my own way, pour up some.
Oh, okay, my bad. I guess I was trying to turn it down slowly. That's it. We're done. Workout's over, all right? That's all y'all get. That's it. Nice job. I mean, that's for real, though.
I got a good set of curls in, and I mean, I feel good.
Yeah, bro. I was, it was crazy because, like when you were talking about that study, and man, I really believe it, man. I think that it's probably, I think we might be doing it. I might have been doing it wrong, like tearing our bodies all the way down. Just look, our bodies just want to live as easy as possible. So that's it.
That's it. What about our metatars or avatars?
They want to be.
They get buffer.
Creative. They get creative as possible. Avatars, some skinny, some sticky. I want to say I did hit a set of push-ups while that music was playing. Shout out to Nessie, my dog. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking a banger right there, baby.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, I love. He's gonna do something big for sure in the space. But I did want to make a metaverse comment though, right? Because the thing is like we're like me and my girlfriend were reading a book right now, the maximizing your potential, and the one thing it talks about is how your environment plays a huge impact on your potential, right? And so a lot of people are kind of stuck, like wherever they are, they're stuck in their place, surrounded by people who might not understand or might not be. They could be very impoverished. You know what I'm saying? But the metaverse allows them that opportunity to leave their place. What do you think about that?
I love that. I love that. Would love to actually hear, Misfit Pixels. Would love to hear your answer on that, and then we'll have some other questions. Plus, I do want to, we're getting close. Like we got the last 15 minutes or so of the show, so I do want to make sure that you've got an opportunity to talk about your project, what you guys got doing, because you've got a mint coming up at the end of this week, and I just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on, what you're doing. But Turbo, will you direct that question towards him? Yeah, most definitely. Misfit, you guys are working in the metaverse. You guys have some sandbox assets and things like that. Definitely excited. Do you think that the metaverse gives people opportunity to get out of their environment and enter other environments for growth?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're getting pretty close to a time where any brand or company, you gotta have a presence, not just a store, not just a website, but you gotta have a presence in the metaverse too. I always thought it would be cool, and I could see this happening in the future, where you just go to a store, you go to Home Depot and you buy a lawnmower or something, and then you get a receipt, and then you could go claim the asset of that lawnmower in the metaverse. So you could kind of seamlessly buy things in real life and buy things and claim it and use it in the metaverse too, things like that, where people could brand stuff that way and show off their products all over the place.
I love that.
Nice.
Now, Misfit, did you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on with the Misfit Pixels?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we got a mint coming up this Friday. Like Jay said earlier, I've known him for a while. I've been working on this project for a couple of years now, and it's evolved. It started off just on the general OpenSea contract, just doing 9x9 pixel art, just kind of like a style that I like, kind of minimalistic. It comes across real clean and simple, and it just happens to lead into being perfect for sandbox avatars and metaverse avatars. And they end up being super clean and super optimized for performance and stuff like that. So so really we've been accelerating things a lot over the last 6 months, and we've since migrated to our own smart contract off of the OpenSea contract. So if you go look now, you'll see there's 720 Misfits that have already been minted to the contract. One of the things we did when we transferred to our own smart contract was kind of like really like a big stepping stone for planning for the future. So we gave everyone like a default VRM, like interoperable avatar that you get just from holding your Misfit, and it's kind of like based on the Misfit type that you have. So like if you have like a male or an alien or whatever, like you just get that avatar and you can use it right away. So Friday, what we're doing is we're releasing the remaining 280 Misfits to round out the collection. So there's 1,000 total. And we're starting a whitelist phase for that for the first 3 days, which includes a lot of people that like partner projects, metaverses that we work and are partnered with, people that hold land. We want to kind of like target, like I kind of want to focus the project on not just like a pump hype thing that just people buy into and they're just looking for a quick flip. Like I want to focus the project on like making something really cool that has value because people connect with it on another level than any of their other NFTs, and it represents them in all kinds of different metaverses, and they don't want to sell it because it's their identity. Like they're using it everywhere, and we kind of talked about that earlier in the discussion. Like, you know, there's all this stuff is probably just a matter of time, a matter of when all this stuff happens, and like you're gonna need a way to represent yourself. And we focus on being able to allow people to like pick some cool avatar. And we want to focus on making it so that people can like kind of customize their avatar as time goes on. So you can make it really unique to yourself. And even as far as like naming the avatar, creating your own story for the avatar, changing your wardrobe for the avatar and things like that. Yeah, so it's just a lot of things planned. We're going to be doing a lot of things that I haven't really seen being done in the NFT space. And that's just kind of where I like to live. I like to kind of push the limits of things, see what we can do. I can see on the live stream, he's got, looks like the collection pulled up there. So you can kind of see like, even on OpenSea, I have it set up where you can like switch back and forth between the PFP. You can see the avatar there. You can see a couple of basic animations. So like when we add customizations of things in the future where we'll allow people to like name them and create stories for them and stuff, I can include that into this user interface here too, where like people can come in and see your avatar. So you can essentially like have control over like not only creating your own identity and evolving it over time, kind of like a dynamic NFT, but you can also sort of like create your own value and increase the value of your NFT over time too by like doing these things. So like, yeah, so we just been working with a lot of metaverse projects like voxels, and just recently partnered with Network. They got a pretty cool like Mind Runner game, and they got like a Unreal Engine 5 based metaverse. So like right now, right off the bat, when you mint a Misfit, you'll have like access to a GLB or a GLTF format of that avatar that you can download. You can just log into our website and you can connect your wallet, and you'll see your Misfits in your wallet, and you can select them, and you can download the VRM file for your avatar if you need it, or you can download the GLB asset of the avatar if you need it and you want to use it in the metaverse. But also we've worked with like OnCyber and Hyperfi and continuing to work with these other metaverses to make it like super simple. So like right now you can go in, or if you mint a Misfit, you can go into like OnCyber into an event. You just connect your wallet, you pick your Misfit, and your avatar shows up right away. You start running around. Like the focus is to try to make it that simple. Like wherever you go, whatever metaverse you're in, you just connect your wallet, you scroll through your NFTs, you select your misfit you want to use, and then boom, it loads your avatar. You're good to go. Start running around.
And so really quick, that one that I was showing you, number 438, that's mine, right? So that if I logged in with that wallet, I could play with my character, right?
Yeah, you could go to OnCyber like right now, connect your wallet, and start playing with it right away. So all the people like yourself that had a misfit already before we migrated to our new smart contract, I just gave everyone a default avatar based on their misfit type, whether it's alien or ghost or male, female, whatever. So right now you just get you have the default male misfit avatar that you can start using in the metaverse right now. So that kind of leads into, I still have to hash out some of the near future plans. Right now all my focus is on getting prepped for this mint, but after the mint, the next focus is gonna be towards potentially a utility token that I could see being used for one, people that currently have a misfit like yourself that got the default avatar, could potentially stake their misfit on this new contract. You can stake with this new smart contract that we have, you can actually stake the misfit directly in the wallet. You don't have to transfer it out of your wallet, so that you can keep using it and also be staking and earning rewards. And then I just kind of see a future where that utility token could be used for people that have the default avatar. They could stake it for a while, they could earn, and then use this utility token to upgrade from their default avatar to their own custom avatar that actually represents their actual misfit. And usually when I make those for people, I like to take in some feedback if I can, so I can if someone's oh, it'd be cool if it's got a shirt with a skull on it or whatever, so that I can, like I said, I really want to make them unique and kind of customize them as much as I can, because I want people to really connect with the NFTs. I think that's really important, and especially if it's going to be a representation of you across many metaverses. I definitely want to focus on that. And then I could see the utility token in the future being also important for different metaverses that we participate in, create wearables in, and things like that, where you'll be able to essentially it encourages people to participate more in the community, hold their misfits and stake their misfits and earn rewards, and then just by participating and holding, you'll be able to customize your misfit further and do a lot of cool things with that.
Dude, that's dope.
Open up a lot of possibilities.
I'm super excited, man, for things to kick off on Friday. Definitely want to chit chat more, after you guys go live. And we've always been a decent job of staying in touch, but let's just make sure that we do that. Let's get to a couple hands and make sure we got any questions for Misfit before we shut this one down. I know United Saints of America, you had your hand up first and then you went down, but go ahead and then we'll go to 7.
Hi, thank you. I've got a Misfit Pixel avatar, and I'm really excited about it. I'm in 3 different metaverses, and Misfit has worked with the devs in all of those to make sure that we can represent in all of those. I don't really have a question, but I did just want to say that, there's a lot of speculation in the metaverse. And I really like the Misfit Pixel NFT because I don't have to worry about the speculation. My avatar can go anywhere. So, Meta didn't work, but maybe Sandbox is going to work. Maybe OnCyber is going to work. Maybe Spatial is going to be the one that goes. I'm already ready, with my avatar that represents me. And I think that that's amazing, that, he's working with all of them so that we can carry this person, this character. We're kind of worried about losing our soul, losing our personality. But if we have this avatar that kind of represents us and that we can carry that through different metaverses, that's kind of big.
Oh, absolutely. Do you think that we'll have the opportunity that someone will create a bridge, right? That an avatar bridge. So whether you have a pixelated avatar or you've got a more high resolution. I forget what that's called right now. Why is that escaping my mind?
Well, yeah, like the VRMs versus the GLBs
Thank
versus the voxel versus So and then that's what Misfit Pixels is doing. I'm in the, and you can look at my pin tweet. That's actually got the Misfit Pixel avatar on it, and that's in the Man Who Sold the World metaverse. That avatar is exactly the same if I go in on Cyber. Okay. Now, if you go into voxels, it's a little more work, but he's actually done that as well. So he's working with the devs in each of them to make sure it works. We first went into Man Who Sold the World. It didn't really work. He went and talked to King, who is the dev there, and they worked it out. So that's super exciting because I'm me. I right now I've got the default. I'm waiting for the mint because I'm going to get my custom, have my little story. But yeah, I'm excited because it's going to be me no matter where I go. And I think a lot of the anxiety about the metaverse is, can we keep ourselves? Can we keep, who we are there? And Misfit Pixel is one of the people that are, this is history right now. I'm very excited about it.
Now, do you think there'll be, and when and maybe I didn't ask this question correctly, but like the bridge, like, so you've got, the character that you are, your custom one that you create. Now, say you wanted to take that character into a metaverse like the other side, or with Everdome or Meta Hero, in that group. So now you've got, you translate your pixelated art into hyper realistic. So whether it's done through AI or through some form of, what is it? Ready Player Me? Are they the ones that do a lot of the avatar creation? So like, it bridges your pixel to, more of that high res.
Right. Well, obviously Misfit will be able to talk more about that, but yeah, he's looking at all of those so that if you hold that NFT, you're going to have a whole bunch of different files you can pull to connect to those metaverses.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, that's dope. That's amazing.
Yeah, I could chime in on that. So that's kind of what I was getting at with, right now we support the our VRM avatar, which is kind of like a universal standard for VR and things that has been growing and all that. But that's what I had mentioned previously with the partnership with Network. They're an Unreal 5 engine-based metaverse, so it's like super high-res graphics, craziness. They're still in like their alpha development, getting close to trying to release their alpha, but they also have like a Mine Runner game that's based off of Unreal 5 engine. So yeah, they're excited to work with us because they don't really have any avatars currently that kind of have like the pixel vibe or aesthetic to them. So then they kind of want to be able to showcase their product where it's like kind of like a Ready Player Me, like they want to showcase to everyone like you can have any kind of avatar in here. So I'll be working directly with them, and I've already kind of done some proof of concept stuff of rigging Misfits and supporting them in Unreal 5.
Nice.
And it's also because of the other side. We currently have land in the other side, the sandbox, lots of crypto voxel land, all over the place, because we plan on building games and events and things and trying to support the avatars in all those different places. So yeah, it's not easy. That's why like no one else is doing it, other than you can find some projects that do like VRM avatars, but this is way beyond that, and I don't think not many people are crazy enough to attempt it.
Hell yeah, man.
But it's going to be awesome. It's going to take some time, but it's I got like a pretty good vision, and I've been able to work with a lot of these metaverses, like Saints had mentioned, and they're helping me getting them integrated like seamlessly. I want to do all the heavy lifting on my end so that people can just connect their wallets and use their avatars and be good to go.
Get in there and play. I love it. Seven, what you got for us?
Yeah.
You had me at Alien, and I'm just super excited that somebody is doing what you're doing, and I know it's a ton of fucking work, dude, and kudos to you. I will definitely be getting, I'm gonna get an Alien somehow, some way, even if I have to like rub elbows with Turbo, even though I don't really want to. But I'll do whatever I got to do. That's awesome. I'm super excited for the build, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, boom. There we go.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And like I said, actually, if you go to our Twitter account, I reposted a tweet from yesterday, I think. So if you don't have, like, if you don't currently qualify for the whitelist, I'm gonna offer, like, to anyone listening today, or I'm doing a space later today too, just a chance for people to go in, just like retweet the tweet on my post and drop your ETH address in the comments, and I'll make sure you get added to the whitelist before the mint starts. So.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you, man.
Yeah, I just threw it up into the threw it up into the space station for anybody that wants to to check that tweet out and look at some more information. Is up in the, that's what we're calling it, right? The space station.
Yeah, we call it whatever we want.
Okay.
Hey, that reminds me, when you kicked off the show, when you talked about Twitter Space or X Space, and I think we're pretty close to getting to Space X is what these are going to be called. See how
Damn
that
it. That was slow hanging fruit.
Wow, that was beautiful. I never even thought about that. SpaceX, wow.
SpaceX, yeah. It's been absolutely crazy. I do want to throw in one quick comment about with the Misfit Pixels and just what's going on as far as like with the sandbox guys. If you haven't had an opportunity to go over there and actually play around in there, I definitely would. I would challenge you to go out there, give it a check. It's free. Having these different characters. I mean, these are action figures. You know what I'm saying? I had like 500 Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have any of them now. I can't find any of their accessories. Shit's just long gone. And so if you haven't done that yet, man, definitely check it out. But Jay, the thing that I thought was absolutely crazy about today's conversation was how fast it went to like our souls. Some of us are like, yo, I'm ready. I want my soul to live on forever. I want to be in this thing. I want this thing to just live for the rest of eternity. And other people are like, man, this is so scary. And I think that's where we're going to see this intersection happen for adoption, right? The fear, and then the people who are just going to be just overly addicted, just never leaves. Like, it'll be a whole new mental thing. So I thought it was a great conversation.
I agree with you, man. I think, the more thought-provoking conversations we can have with the community, building, metaverse building, just thinking about where we can go. I think, it'll start to help us make better investment decisions. And I'm, I know that we're going to start doing some more content soon, a lot more headline stuff, and doing some more financial things. Looking at metaverse floor prices, looking at NFT collections. When's the right time to get in? Coins. When's the right time to get in? Because all that stuff's coming up soon, man. I'm telling you, with the happening next year, the chance to get in at some of these low prices is going to slip away at some point. Now, I do think we're going to go down quite a bit lower in the short term. So be vigilant. Check out for that volatility, and come back tomorrow. Tomorrow for some Web3 breakfast. We'll be back at 10 a.m. Hope you guys have a fantastic day today. Thank you, Misfit Pixels, for hanging out with us, chatting Metaverse. To the community for being here. I love you guys. You know that. This is a show that we can't do without anybody. So if you came up and participated, thank you. If you sat and listened, thank you. But remember, we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Adios, amigos.